a crucial ceasefire deal was announced over the weekend between Syrian government forces and rebels in Syria's southwestern region. And as part of the deal, the Syrian government forces have retaken the Nasib border crossing, which can be seen in this video here, and was released by pro-government media. Now, to verify the claims that the government have made about the Nasib border crossing and where this video was shot, we took landmarks that were seen in this video and we tried to pinpoint them on a map, which I'm going to show you now. I'll show you the Nasib border crossing and why it's important. So here on Google Earth is the Nasib border, and it's the first time in 3 years that the Syrian government have taken control of this border. And it's important to them because it was once part of a trade route that served between Syria and Jordan, and it benefited the likes of Syria, Jordan, Lebanon and the Gulf states. Now this is all well and good, but if we travel 9 kilometres south to the Jordanian-Syrian Joint Industrial Free Zone, this is where tens of thousands of civilians are currently trapped and stranded between the fighting and the sealed Jordanian border with nowhere to go. We actually tried to verify some video that was taken in this location as well, and we took landmarks from here and we pinpointed this video over here, which you're going to see in this industrial zone. As you can see, there's makeshift tents, and there's just some of the tens of thousands of civilians who are stranded in this location between the Jordanian border and the ongoing fighting. And even though the rebels may have now surrendered and some of the fighting may have ceased, many of these people still have nowhere to go. Many of them have no home to go back to because the fighting was so intense during its 2 weeks running. And many of the people are also frightened of what will happen now that the government are back in control. So what's next for these people? That's a question that the international community have been called to answer.
We've been monitoring this story for weeks as the fighting intensified between government forces backed by Russia and rebels in the area. And now the Syrian army claims to have taken back a key border crossing, the Nasib crossing, with Jordan. So these claims from the Syrian army, supported by footage shared by pro-government media, claiming to show the Syrian army advancing into areas they have not held for 3 years, taking down the flag of the opposition and moving into areas that were previously under opposition control. The rebels putting down their weapons and surrendering, moving out. Now, to verify these pictures is to make sure they are where they're from, where they say they are, and they're shot by who they are supposed to be shot by. We use geolocation, using key geographical features in these images, and Rachel on our team here has been using a number of satellite imagery tools to make sure these pictures are indeed authentic. Let's just bring you a little zoom in of this. This is the Nasib border crossing, zooming in now, and we use key geographic features from here to recognise features and landmarks in that footage from the Syrian army, and can confirm that that picture does indeed come from this area, showing the Syrians reclaiming this territory. Rachel, if we just zoom out ever so slightly, 9 kilometres away is the joint Jordan-Syria Free Trade Area. Now this is an area where there are more videos coming out, this time showing tens of thousands of people pinned as they are between the Jordanian border, which has remained closed throughout this latest offensive, and what was intense fighting supported by airstrikes and heavy artillery between pro-government forces supported by Russia and elements of the rebel forces. Now they are pinned in this area, with many people saying absolutely nowhere to go, and we used key features here to geolocate and prove that this video indeed shows some of those tens of thousands of people and the conditions they're living in. I mean, look at this, makeshift tents, tarpaulin on poles it seems, families, people of all ages trapped in this no-man's zone, as it seems to be, between a Jordanian border that has remained closed throughout the offensive and homes that have been in many cases destroyed by heavy fighting. Now, many in the international community calling on Jordan to open its borders. Let's just bring you up a tweet from Amnesty International calling for Jordan and indeed the international community to step up to provide water, food, medical care and sanitary services. Hashtag take action is what Amnesty are saying. And very quickly, one last thought from a Jordanian journalist quoting a Syrian woman there saying, "I don't want food and water, I want safety. Please let us in." A strong message to Jordan there.